I'm Natalie Felgate. I am a mortgage broker, and I'm just going to give you my tips for mortgages for business owners in terms of getting prepared for your next mortgage. Can you see the slide okay?
No, we can't see the slides.
Oh. Where's the zoom? Oh, there you go, that's why.
Yeah, because you can see now.
Present. Sorry everyone, is that okay now? Yeah, excellent. So whether you are a limited company director, if you're a sole trader, maybe a freelancer, if you're in a partnership, or even if you're a contractor, depending on your business setup, then a mortgage lender is going to view you as self-employed in terms of mortgage lending. How can you get prepared? So there are additional documents that you have to provide when looking at your mortgage. So for sole traders, your SA 302s and tax year overviews. If you're in a partnership, you are treated the same as a sole trader. Lenders will want to know your share of the profits. So SA 302s again and tax year overviews. And then again for limited company owners, SA 302s, tax year overviews and limited company accounts. And typically we would look at the last 2 years. So a top tip is just to let your accountant know if you're thinking about getting a mortgage, so that they can start to help you get these things prepared. If you're a contractor, then it's a little bit different, because if you work under an umbrella company, for example, who pay your own tax, then you'd be classed as employed by a lender. Whereas if you pay your own tax, or maybe you subcontract, or you have multiple contracts that you're working on, then you would be likely to be viewed as self-employed, and you may be asked for your existing, previous or future contracts. So how does that look in terms of how much a lender is going to be able to lend you for a mortgage? So for sole traders and partnerships, we're looking at your net profits. As I mentioned before, we'll need to know your share of the business if you are in a partnership. If you're a limited company director, then we can either look at taking your salary and dividends that you've drawn from the business, but we could also look at salary and net profit, depending on if one is kind of more favourable over the other, to kind of get you to that amount that you want to borrow. If you're a contractor, the lenders will like to work out a typical income over a 46-week period to allow for that, for some holiday, because we all need to take some time off. And what they'll do is a lender will apply a multiple to your income. So this is how we'd look at your income. The average is 4.5%, 4.5 times, sorry. So you can use that to do just some basic general kind of number crunching for yourself. Of course, once you come to see me, I can give you the actual view of what your costs and everything would look like, and how much a lender would be looking to lend you. So what else can you do to get prepared? So just check your credit report. It's so important, particularly to check that before you do get a mortgage, actually. And I ask all of my clients to send me a copy of their recent credit report, because some people, you know, I say otherwise, try and just keep on top of it regularly, if not annually, for example. You never know what could be cropping up and showing up on there because of the people that you're financially associated to, or old addresses that you've previously been linked to. And you just don't want to get like a nasty surprise, you know, right before you're about to get your mortgage. But I've got some tips on keeping up your credit score as well. So paying bills on time, making sure you pay your credit commitments on time. Try to stay within 50% of the credit limit if you're using things like credit cards, for example. Paying bills by direct debit, I think a lot of us do, but I always say, you know, if you can have them coming out of one account around the same date, then that helps as well, just to manage finances. You could repay existing debts prior to taking out a mortgage, but I'd just say importantly, don't take any additional credit out before. One very common theme with that is car finance, so just be aware that that's going to impact your credit score. So yeah, just might need to hold off until you get your mortgage sorted. There is a link in here, it's an affiliate link with Check My File. They are the most accurate credit reference data agency because they check for credit reference agencies, so Experian, Equifax, Crediva and TransUnion. They get all of their data from there, so they are the most accurate. How much deposit do you need to put down on a property? So today, if you are a first-time buyer, you could be looking at a 5% deposit. Otherwise, the next kind of banding up from that is 10%. Or if you're looking for, that's to buy your own home. So if you're looking to invest in property, then the minimum typical deposit is 25%. A little tip for you here though, with higher deposits, so the lenders, they have these bands. So if you can hit a 10%, 25% or a 40% band in terms of your deposit, each one opens up more options and cheaper interest rates. Find me on social media. So I've got my links here to social media, but my Dorset Mortgage Advice group is open for you to come and join me in there. The group was created to have one space where you can come and do all your research, but importantly, you can come and ask me anything. And so you can kind of use that to plan for your next property goals. As mentioned, I'll be doing a separate talk. So in there's going to be help for first-time buyers, including a brand new scheme that I'm going to be talking about, help for single parents or people that are concerned about their affordability, as well as help for business owners who were impacted during the pandemic. So business owners that had to take government help. There's a bit in there about that as well. And then I'll just end it on reviews. So the first one here is a business owner writing a lovely review about me helping her find her mortgage. And then a bit more recently down here, another business owner who said only I did my best to help her and she couldn't thank me enough, and I gave her hope because this lady went out to multiple brokers. She sent multiple emails out to multiple brokers, of which I was the only one that kept in touch with her. And I think because the other brokers saw that they wouldn't be able to help her, so they weren't interested. And I think this is the thing about using a woman broker, is we bring this sensitivity to our advice. And I think we do find it hard, like we want to help people, we find it hard to say I can't help. So in this lady's situation, instead of saying I can't help, I said I can help you. What I did, I took it away and I researched for her. That is all free of charge. And I came back to her and said, I can help you, but I can help you next year. So I was able to come back to her with a plan so that we can look at that next year together. But yeah, that's just a bit about me and my tips, and thanks for listening.
Excellent.